All right, everyone, welcome to the channel. It's your boy Fugitive, back at ya. Okay, today I got a special video for you. I have my father's 96 Corvette. It's absolutely clean. It's immaculate. So my father bought this car back in, I believe it was August of 96. And you know, during that time, he was an older guy. He's 94 years old right now. He doesn't drive the car anymore. And I've been taking care of his car for a very long time. I've probably been doing the maintenance on this car for, I would say, close to 30 years, which includes, of course, all the washing and polishing and all that sort of thing. Anyway, today I want to change the wheels and tires on this car. Now, why do I want to do that? Is it because I don't like the saw blades? I love the saw blades. I think these things look fantastic. The reason that I want to change to a different wheel and tire is because there just isn't a lot of tire options on these sizes. So I'm going to give you a closer look, but I want you to see just how beautiful these wheels are, how clean they are, how well maintained they are. My father, when he got up in years, probably drove for about 4 years longer than he should have. And what ended up happening was he did some damage to the car. Long story short, a kid hit this car and hit the car on this quarter panel right here. And not only did he hit the car, he kept literally driving and just dragged it all the way to about here. So there was damage to the rear assembly here. The rear tub is what I call it. And what ended up happening was it all got repaired. You know, since his vision had declined a bit, I think also his proprioception also declined. That's just knowing your body in relation to objects in space. And I think he was having trouble with that. And as a result, he kept hitting the right side of the car when he was pulling into his garage. Now, I'm not at his house. I'm at my house right now. But what he was basically doing was hitting this mirror, right, is on this big spring that controls the garage door. And my dad has like this old school garage door. Yeah, so since the car was in the body shop, I just decided to fix some of the things that my dad had done. And the first thing that was fixed was this mirror right here. It was totally destroyed from my dad hitting it so many times. And I didn't really want to fix the mirror until he was done driving because I felt like he was going to hit it multiple times. And then, you know, there were some scratches. This whole front nose piece was in really bad shape. Now it's like immaculate. So I had him just repaint it, and the car looks stunning now, and I'm keeping it that way. Not allowing anybody an opportunity to hit it. So let's get into the wheels here. So the saw blades are basically the factory car, and what you got to remember about the factory cars, this is a base model Corvette, meaning it has an LT1 in it, it has an automatic transmission, and one day I'll do a review on this and I'll go over it. But so it's 17 by 9.5 inch wheels in the back and 17 by 8.5 inch up front. So I'm going to open the hood here. And as you can see, the 17 by 8.5 inch is the front wheels on this. So they came factory with, they're wrapped in 255 ZR45s. I feel like these tires are a little bit skinny, especially considering how much room you have up front with Corvettes, particularly C4s. I really think they should have come with 17 by 9 inches in every corner, but they didn't in the wheels. These are 8.5 inch up front, and in the rear, these are 9.5 inch, and as a result, they have 285 ZR40s. So they're a much wider tire, and of course you get better grip with the wider tire. I prefer the wider tire. So at first I just was thinking about it because, I mean, look, what you pretty much can only get is 275s or 315s with a 17-inch wheel. Unfortunately, that's just how it is with these 17-inch wheels in these Corvette sizes. However, now I noticed when I was looking at Tire Rack, they do have a couple options here where you can go to a factory size tire, but there's only two tire companies that make them. One of them is Nitto, and Nitto doesn't exactly offer the tire that I would want, either an NTO 5, which they don't make anymore, or an NTO 1, which is kind of a track focused tire, but I don't mind that. And that's going to be the next thing that I'm going to talk about in just a moment. So I believe it was, I'm forgetting the name of the tire company that offers this, but Continental. I think Continental has these factory sizes, but let's be real. I don't drive this car very often, no more than twice a week, maybe 3 times. And if that's the case, I just decided I'm going to go with a much softer tread, because unfortunately, when you're only driving a car, you know, 2 or maybe 3 times a week, and you're putting less than, you know, 30 miles a week on it, you're just not gonna wear these tires out. In fact, my father drove this car on these tires, I think, since 2010. And as you can see, they're starting to wear. The inside treads are going on them. But these tires are hard. They don't grip like they used to. And I think it's becoming dangerous with every passing day driving on these tires. They've been inside the whole time. You know, the car was never outside, so they're not as hard as and crack like they would be if they were outdoors the whole time. But I still think they should be changed, and I decided I'm going to go to Toyo R888s. I always wanted to try those tires. I wanted to try them on my race car, but I feel like they just weren't quite aggressive enough for my class. I run the Hoosier A6s. Pretty soon it'll be the A7 when I replace them, and those are a lot more aggressive tires. But I always wanted to see what these Toyos are like, so we're going to put Toyos on this car. But what wheels am I going to use? Check it out. All right, so these are the wheels. 17 by 11 inch ZR1 wheels. They're 315 ZR35 17s. And of course they got the R888s on. These are really sticky. Look how wide they are, my dog. Really wide. So I like these. I want to go with a square setup. I think the square setup is going to be a lot better. Yeah, I've had these wheels. You're probably wondering, well, where the hell did I get these wheels? I've had these wheels for a very long time. I mean, these were my factory street wheels with my 96. And I used to have NTO5s on them. That's why I was interested in getting NTO5s, but they don't make them anymore. And it was either the NTO1 or the R888s. I've always wanted to try the R888, so that's what we're gonna go with, okay? So this car, pretty soon, is going to have 17 by 11 inch R888s in every corner. I'm absolutely excited. I love this stuff. Okay, you're probably wondering, why would I put my street wheels and potentially street tires for my 96 on my dad's 96? Well, my car's a race car now, and I pretty much just leave my CCWs on them all the time. Now, at some point when I start doing road courses again in the future, I have another set of 17 by 11 inch wheels. I have these. So, you can see them in the corner here. They look kind of nasty. They're still in really good shape. They're 17 by 11 inch. And I'm gonna get these painted black. And at some point, these will become my road race tires. And I think that'll work really well, because and this is the thing that I kind of battle with in my head, you know, how much money do I want to spend on this? Do I need R7s, which would be the race version 7s? And for those of you that don't know the difference between autocross tires and what we call road race tires, autocross tires will develop heat very quickly. So the A7s, or Hoosier tires, that will heat up very quickly, maybe by the second or third lap of an autocross, they're really sticking. Whereas an R compound tire, like an R7, will take much longer than that to generate heat. But it's good because they can handle really high levels of heat, and they heat up slowly, because typically when you're doing a road course or a track day, you're gonna go 20 minutes straight, wide open throttle. And if that's the case, you want your tires to heat up slowly, not quickly. So that's the difference between R compounds and A compounds. Now, here's the thing. What tires am I gonna go with? A lot of it's going to decide on how good this car feels with these tires. If I get to a point where I think these are just amazing grippy tires, I will probably use these for my road race tires in the future. I mean, I'm not totally set on that yet, but that will be my plan. And of course, they're great for economical reasons because you can get a set of 4 of those with 315s for about $1,000. Whereas the Hoosiers, you're talking like $2,200 to $2,400, and that doesn't include mounting and balancing or shipping. So yeah. There's a pretty compelling argument as to why to go with R888 Toyos. Oh my goodness, look at the difference in tire width between the two. Night and day, my goodness. That should really translate to better traction, better handling, for sure. All right, so just equalizing the pressure between all the tires. Put it on the lightest load, like 580 foot-pounds of torque, almost 600. Pretty nice. Okay, typically I brake with the crowbar. I'm just gonna give it a quick whirl. Definitely gonna need the crowbar. So I'm just gonna brake these before I get it in the air. And you should always go in a cross-sectional pattern. There we go. They're all loose now. Now I get the car up in the air. And then the next thing is pulling the wheels off. So another trick I like to do is spray with brake clean. This stuff works really good. I know these rotors look really nasty right now. They're not. They're just, anytime you have steel rotors and you wash the car, they're gonna look rusty, but as soon as you come to a stop, the friction material, the pads will rub that rust right off. It'll be a clean, shiny metal look. But I always make a point to do that before I put the wheel on. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. We're gonna put this bad boy on. I like to get it in nice and close. And I get down here so I can see what I'm doing. And get it lined up. There it is. I already like the look of it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna hand tighten these first. Really important. And of course the front wheels, you can spin them so they're a lot easier to get on. All right, sorry for the wind. It's starting to pick up now. This town's known for its wind. Again, I just get it started. Cross-sectional. Okay, that one's on. Now, I want to make it look a lot better because I'm going to put these guys on, but not yet. This is what it's going to look like. So you can see, it'll look pretty good. That'll look really nice on there when it's one and done. But I have to torque it before I can put these on. So let me torque it real quick. Okay, torque wrench is set to 100 foot-pounds. Got to bring it down first. There we go. 100 foot-pounds. You know, if I don't like these lug nuts, I can always change them, buy some nicer ones. Well, that one's pretty loose. Didn't get that one on all the way. Okay, all torqued and ready to go. So that's what it looks like with those chrome lug nut covers. If I was British, I'd say it looks rather cracking, but I think it looks good. So I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna do the rest of the wheels, and then we'll do a walk around, and then I'll take it for a spin and we'll see how it feels. All right. Okay, pulling the wheel off. This is the wider one, the 285. But as you can see, I get the two side by side. There is quite a difference in tread between the two. When you look at them side by side, I mean, it is stunning, the difference in width between here and here. I mean, look at that. Look at that. No competition. And the weight doesn't feel all that different when I lift them up. They feel almost the same. So, I don't think the saw blade's much lighter, even though it is smaller. But before I put this on, let me zap it with the brake clean. And next, of course, is the torque wrench. I actually could put this on a little bit harder. I need to start doing that. And here. And one more there. There we go. Fully tightened. Okay, gonna bring the car down slowly, although race jacks don't do anything slowly. Now you notice the car is really suspended up pretty high like that here. That's because when the car is in the air like that, it has to settle on the suspension. As soon as you drive about 20 feet, it'll squat right back down to its normal height. All right, here we go. Testing it out. Of course, you have to heat cycle these things to get them to really grip, but it feels pretty damn good so far. Wow, it's amazing what a set of tires can do for a car, I'll tell you. I'm gonna go around a few tight turns here. See exactly what it feels like. The tires are definitely a little bit louder than factory, but not much. David told me that they are going to be louder, but I got to get out of this little residential area with people walking around. Wouldn't appreciate me hauling ass through here. Okay, now got a little bit of temperature in them. Wow, that feels good. Yeah. All right, here we go. Okay, looks like I have another potential right turn coming up. I really like the way the square setup feels on Corvettes, especially these C4s. Yeah, it feels good. Just doing a little bit of waving back and forth here. Okay, tight turn. Whoa, that's some grip. Let's see how this thing, oh my God, it won't even fucking turn the tires. That's amazing. It really is. Oh my God, now that I get some heat in it. Wow. What a difference. It almost wouldn't even spin the tires once I got heat in it. That is amazing. I mean, I realize this is probably a little too much tire for this car. It may be, but I prefer the grip because, you know, you go on a mountain road or something, going through a twisty canyon. Wow, that feels good. That feels good. Wow. Okay, I gotta say, I'm definitely impressed with these tires. They definitely feel legit. All right, this feels really good. Like I said, you get just a little bit of heat in these tires and it won't even spin them. That's crazy. It's definitely not typical. So I'm gonna go a little slow through here. We got some water on the ground. Yeah, it won't spin them now. It's insane. I mean, this thing would just light the other tires up like nothing. Wow. Oh my God. These tires are the real deal. And I like the ride quality. You know, they definitely absorb the bumps a little bit better. Yeah, it's definitely not lighting them up. And I know this is a quiet engine because this is the factory exhaust, literally. Factory exhaust, so it's super quiet. But oh my God. This thing really is gripping right now. And yeah, I'm really happy with the results. Oh my God. You know, and the funny thing it's starting to highlight now is it needs bigger sway bars. It didn't feel like that before with the other tires, but with these tires, definitely it needs sway bars. So that's what I'll be doing in the future to this car. You know, keep in mind, this isn't a race car. This is just a fun car to drive, a fun cruiser, a fast cruiser. I don't even know how I would characterize this car at this point. I mean, it is a Corvette. It may be an old Corvette, but it's quick. It definitely, man, these tires are just, oh, hellacious grip. I'm definitely getting these on my Z06 when that time comes. I feel like these tires are just light years ahead of the Pilot Sports I have on the Z06. Now, I didn't put those Pilot Sports on. They came with the car. And I'm not one to just like throw some tires out because I don't feel like they're great. I really just, I want to use them up, and they're hardly worn. You know, I've had that car for a while now. I just don't put a lot of miles on it. And see, this is the other reason why you're definitely going to want soft tires on a car you don't drive that much, you know. I'd rather have the performance and the handling and actually use the tires rather than be in a situation where you just end up chucking the tires because they get too old, whatever it may be. And yeah, notice the police car there. I feel like this whole weekend, even the beginning of this week, there has been so many police around. And I get it, you got the holiday. I hate to call Memorial Day a holiday. It's more of a remembrance day, but people treat it like a holiday. And yeah, but just really happy with these tires. As soon as I pull back into the driveway, we'll do a walk around and see how it looks. But these these things are legit. Oh man, I think I'm gonna probably go with these as my road race tires on my 96. I mean, look at this. I could just rip this corner like nothing. God, this car grips. And believe me, of the 3 Corvettes, this one by far is the least prepared for cornering. And it feels like a slot car. I mean, I do have Coney shocks on this, but that's it. I mean, it's the factory sway bars, the factory FE2 springs. They're really soft. They're definitely not performance springs by any stretch of the imagination. And yeah, and this thing already feels like a serious canyon carver with very little work other than even the alignment on this car is very it's very street. It's not even aggressive street. It's mostly made for just going straight, because that's how my dad wanted it aligned. You know, he wasn't like me ripping around corners. Now, he was when he was younger, but as he got older, you know, those instincts, those reflexes, they start to decrease. So he had it set up more like a cruiser car. But I'm making it a little more like a slot car, because that's how I like it. Okay, going in here sideways. Okay, let's take a look around. Get a quick walk around on this and see how it looks. Okay, I think this is a win-win. I mean, this thing looks awesome with these wheels and tires. No question about it. I mean, you look around. See if I can get low enough here. Try to get a better rear shot of when it's in the garage. But I think this looks awesome. I mean, no question about it. These things look great. Well, let me know in the comments what you think. If you like the saw blades better. I definitely like these wheels a lot better. Now that the car's settled into the suspension more, I feel like I need to lower this car more. It still looks like a 4x4 to me. Anyway, just seeing it with the hood open now. You see these beefy tires on there, and everything looks legit. I like this. Again, let me know what you think in the comments section, all right? All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you soon. That's some grip, son. Everyone's slowing me down. Should be ripping this corner right now. Can't do it. Should have put that window up earlier. Yeah, buddy. Yep, looks awesome. That was nice. Okay, approaching the Bay Bridge, San Mateo Bridge. We got fast track in this state, so you don't have to wait. You have to hand them cash. It would just take forever. Those days are gone, though. So normally this is where you get the best views of the bay, but looks like they closed the right lane here. But I wish I could pan this camera, because the view from here is unreal. Maybe we'll catch a glimpse of the bay here in a second. Is how low these Corvettes are. I don't know that you can see the the water right now because it's so low. Probably just seeing the railing. A bunch of slow pokes exiting 92, linking to 101. Look how slow these people go around these turns. I mean, what a joke. And I get it, there's a box truck in the front, but just the same, if that truck wasn't there, all these people would be driving this slow around the turn. They're like, oh my god, a turn! Gotta park the car! This guy's an AMG Mercedes. How many old ladies own AMG Mercedes sedans like this that are like serious pavement melters, and they never use the power, never use the performance? If I had a dime for every old lady I seen in an E55 AMG, I'd be a rich man. So they've redone some of the roads here on the peninsula. It's kind of cool. You don't have to take Hillsdale Boulevard anymore to get to the El Camino. This is a way better way to go. Yeah, AMG. This car handles, dog. So what this road is, takes you right to the El Camino through Hillsdale. Pretty cool. This used to be a much longer trek before they did all this infrastructure work. Wow. Like I said, the grip. Delicious. Look at Survey Monkey. They got this huge entire building to the right there. I don't understand it. Why they need a building that big. They must have spent a fortune on this, dog. Wild. Now, it looks like a metropolis. And all this is new. All these buildings, I almost don't even recognize it. Every time I come back to my old town, I'm always shocked to see how different it looks this time compared to the last time. this is my dad's old neighborhood. He lives right on the border between San Mateo and Belmont. We'll go up Hillman, have a little bit of turns and stuff. It's amazing, like you can't even spin the tires on this thing. God, my woman was not joking. There is massive construction going on. Man, it's like the gods are just against me for ripping around corners. And this is where the roads get really messed up, really fucked up in Belmont. Look at this. This is like driving on Mars. Although these tires are really absorbing it well. Okay, back in the bay. This is where my father's house is. He lives in Belmont, which is right near San Mateo, which is smack dab between San Francisco and San Jose. Ain't that right, boo-boo? You love this place, huh? Don't you? Yeah. All right, I gotta say, got his car back in his garage. God, these tires just grip like no other. Really amazing. I mean, it's just a step below a Hoosier, I would say. Yeah, I'm very impressed with these tires. Plus, I love the way the car looks with them. Pretty sick. Look how beautiful she is. Oh my goodness. So, I gotta get my honey bunny's opinion.
Oh, on the new wheels?
On the new wheels and tires. Tell me what you think. They're actually not new, but they're new to this car.
I like the tires.
You don't like the wheels?
The wheels be too blingy.
Too blingy? The other ones were even more blingy. They were all chrome.
It's the design. It has nothing to do with the chrome.
You don't like the 5-star?
That's not what you wanted to hear.
No, it's okay, because there may be people in the comments section that agree with you. But what I love about these wheels, I have more tire options and they're larger. And you should see how this thing handles.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can't believe how fast I was going. You know what? When you get temperature in these tires, you can't spin the wheels at all in the back. It used to light the old tires up like nothing. These things, it won't even spin them. It's like you're glued to the road. It makes this car a lot more fun to drive, I'll tell you. It's like you're driving a Miata or something. It handles that good.
And let me look at the other two. The ones on the other Corvettes. I'll give you an opinion, but...
Okay.
I'm standing by this one for now.
All right. Fair enough.